Monday. Monday is the first official work day of the week, and today's Monday is a very special one because today is the first day in the month of November 2021. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the platform. It is the pinnacle of all discussions right here on the floor of God's own state. We look at those critical issues, we discuss them, we break them down for you with the help of our panelists so that you can make better decisions in the nearest future. My name is Michael Oni. So, happy new month. It's very proper to say, as it stands now, we're just about 10 hours into a new month. So definitely, it's going to be a fantastic month, I believe. So, this morning we're looking at party politics. You must have followed what happened over the weekend. The People's Democratic Party's convention, which produced newly elected National Working Committee members. The People's Democratic Party, the major opposition party in Nigeria, elected new members into its National Working Committee to lead the party ahead of the 2023 general elections. Despite the uncertainties surrounding the convention, the PDP held its convention with many favorites and known names denied positions in the NWC. Of the 21 vacant positions, 17 members contested unopposed. The 21 newly elected members were drawn from different parts of the country at the party's national convention, which began on Saturday and lasted till Sunday at the Eagle Square in Abuja. So our discussion this morning on the platform is the outcome of that PDP convention, as we speak to some panelists to help us analyze the outcome of that convention rather. Of course, an election took place, and looking at how it is going to affect the 2023 general elections, and of course the chances of PDP winning the presidential seat come 2023. So former president of the Senate, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, emerged as the new national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Senator Ayu was a consensus candidate for the position, and took over the leadership of the main opposition party alongside 20 others elected into various positions within the PDP National Working Committee. The new set of leaders were elected at the party's national convention, which began, like I told you, on Saturday and lasted till the early morning of Sunday. Hundreds of party delegates participated in the election of the new national officers at the Eagle Square in Abuja.
It's simply a thank you address. When we started this party 23, 24 years ago, we never in any way imagined that the journey will get us to this stage. A stage where we ruled for 16 years, we went into rough times, but for anybody who will bother to see, PDP is back. PDP is back. And is back to rescue Nigeria from the terrible mess we have been in the last 6 years. I want to appreciate all of you who have taken time as delegates, as observers, as supporters, as members of the media, as members of the security services who have made this event such a wonderful event. Many people imagine that this convention will lead to this breakup of the PDP. Those people who are dreaming like that, they were dreaming in Wonderland. Their dreams were misplaced. We have come out stronger. We are united. We are determined to come back where PDP belongs. This is the real party in Nigeria. The other one is a contraption. It doesn't exist. And I want to assure you that in a few days or few weeks' time, you will see the mammoth crowds that will come back to PDP in every state. Those Nigerians who have lost hope should today know that Nigeria is not a divided country. A small group of people decided to divide Nigeria. PDP will come back, unite our people, put them together, north and south, east and west. We will move ahead to develop this country. We did it before, we are going to do it again. I want to thank the governors, I want to thank the delegates, I want to thank our supporters, and every single person who has made this event such a huge success. I believe the other party can never hold a convention because even state congresses they can't hold. They have produced 92 state chairmen for 36 states. How can they hold a convention? We are waiting. It is a challenge to them. Let them come and hold such a...
Well, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, of course, former president of the Senate, he's now the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, the major opposition party in Nigeria. Now, let's begin the conversation this morning. My first panelist is joining me virtually. Of course, he's a lawmaker, a member of the People's Democratic Party, and of course, he followed keenly what happened at the Eagle Square in Abuja. The lawmaker representing Okwa East, Okwa West Federal Constituency as the Federal House of Representatives. Honorable Nkema Bonta, glad to have you join us this morning on the platform on Flow FM. Good morning to you.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning.
Thank you very much. You're speaking with Michael. Congratulations is actually in order for your party for the successful conduct of that convention that took place over the weekend. How do you feel looking at the successful conduct before we delve into some of the issues from that convention?
Well, to the glory of God, I thank God. I now believe that God loves Nigeria. PDP is now set to wrestle out the power and save Nigeria from the successful completion of that convention is an indication that God loves Nigeria, and the era of mismanagement or whatnot is gone, because PDP is now set to do the needful to take back Nigeria.
Now, you say PDP is now set. Let's look at some of the positions. 25 vacant positions have been occupied. 17 members contested unopposed. One will be asking, why didn't the party allow people to contest instead of having consensus? Of course, allowing consensus candidate to take majority of those positions contested unopposed.
Of course, you agree with me that contest is good. Guided democracy can also be good. Nobody was disallowed from contesting. Since we are zoned and people went back to the regional or zonal basis and did what could be called a mock convention, and then came out with consensus in areas where possible. And then I was part of the screening panel that screened candidates. A few persons were disqualified for anti-party reasons. Those were also given chances to contest. For example, the secretary of the party went to Imo, but they also allowed those who said we will to file the papers. If at the end of the time they withdrew, will you force them to contest? No, it was democratically done. At least I can say that it was a 95% democratically done.
The high point of that convention was the emergence of a 25-year-old youth leader. In fact, he's even trending on social media and, of course, in the media space than the national chairman. I don't know how that speaks. What do you make of that? The emergence of the 25-year-old as the youth leader of the party.
In the past, we'll be having 60-year-old people as youth. We'll be having all one of things as youth. Even if I agree that youth should be the young at heart, this time it's okay. If it's truly a youth position, let the youth occupy. It was also keenly contested by somebody else. And then after the election, if the youth emerged, well, we'll ask him not to. So we want to give the youth a chance. Let's begin to see. Let's begin to prepare the youth to take over eventually. Let's see how it's going to. We believe that being a youth, Other youths will listen to him. Other youths will hear him. Other youths will share his aspiration. Other he'll be able to exchange ideas, useful ideas. And let's see. Let us not put the youth for a corner. It's all inclusive. Let's include the youth. In the past, we've had people who are something being the youth leader. Should we continue in that form? No, certainly.
Okay, some analysts are of the opinion that governors in your party waste so much power in the affairs of the party, especially in the daily activities and, of course, the controlling of the party. What do you make of this line of thought?
I will not deny that, actually. But if you see, with what happened now, I don't think the governors could wield the kind of power they had before this time. I cannot say there's not interference at all, but I can say it is the barest minimal. The largest extent, what had the from that convention, it came out smooth, it came out fine, without allowing any other group to have majority of or absolute power or wielding powers as it were before. Now, I think that power is returning to the people.
Now, you say power is returning to the people. Now, the conduct of this convention will definitely affect the zoning of the presidential seat of the party by the party come 2023 by your party. Where do you think, in your opinion, looking at the national chairmanship of the party now zoned and, of course, being occupied by a northerner, do you think it will the presidential candidate of your party will come from the south?
In as much as I believe in zoning, in as much as I'm a product of zoning, in as much as I think that zoning should be encouraged, but zoning should not be a blind thing. Zoning does not mean bring a fool. Zoning does not mean don't bring a competent person. If the South is also clamoring for presidential candidate, zoning does not mean absolutely it must come from that area. I would prefer to see a Southeast presidential candidate, but must also prepare for it. Now, most people think zoning is North and South, as it should be, but people are also trying to say, depending on what suits you, people are also trying to say it's geopolitical zone. The chairman now is, according to the majority of it, is from North Central. And then, but as far as I'm concerned, I think the North has produced candidates, and then we need now to also let South produced. But for me, actually, I want who will win that election, who will win, who will restore us, who will bring us back to sanity, who will make us recover from our economic woe and disappointments and so on. So for the fact that the chairman comes from the North does not mean that the presidential candidate must also come from the North. For the fact that the chairman also comes from the North does not mean that presidential candidate must come from the South. But let people who are interested begin to produce themselves. I was at that Eagle Square. I saw that apart from Mahuabunwa or something, no, I didn't see any other Southeast person who has said, I want to be president.
That's Sam. That should be Pharmacist Sam Ohuabunwa.
I should think so.
Yes.
I should think so. But no other person came. Of course, they don't dash you power. You must show preparedness, you must show competence, you must show doggedness, you must show resilience. So begin to contest. So it's not closed yet. Anybody who wants to run now from Southeast should begin now to say, I am here, I am competent, and can do it. And begin to show us example, and begin to show campaign. You must be able to show competence. Nobody dashes you power. Not even a chancellorship. You don't pick it. You contest it, my brother. And that's what we want to see.
Now, I want to return to the previous question I asked you about governors weighing so much power in the affairs of the party. At the just concluded National Elective Convention of your party in Abuja, governors showed their might as they literally handpicked members of the next National Working Committee and other national officers of the party. One will be asking the dangers these poised to our democracy, not allowing free flow of the election by handpicking. Do you think it is good for the democracy?
When you say literally handpicked, I will not say yes, I will say no. I don't think the literally handpicked, even though some governors, being driven by selfish interest, tried to say we want it this way. But it did not go their way. I do not think they did so. If you also look at what happened, what transpired, you will see that National Assembly, in fact, could states have been had their way. Most people there, the chairman of the party, the secretary of the party, the national organizing secretary of the party, the public relations of the party, they are all former parliamentarians. No different sense. So is it proper and right now to say that the parliament also literally pick people who went? Because I know that the parliamentarians also said no. I mean, legislators, we will put the best, we will also put so and so and so. So it's not the governor's affair only. Something we acted in concert to say, we think that so and so should be. So we'll blend and put people of experience, people who understand politics, who play politics, who saw it. Okay, if you come from that angle, can you now say that House of Reps or National Assembly, who truly represent the people, acted together? Should we not? So that's the thing. You cannot say that the governors had, and then it depends on the zone. So that would say in some areas, yes, the governors tried to have their way in some areas. But if you look at that, the content was fair and good. But the fact that you don't have 10 persons vying for one place, no, that did not come. And I give that glory to God for giving us this peaceful thing. In spite of the court threats, in spite of all, we came out peacefully with a new set of leadership to pilot the affairs of the party. We are now positioned well. We are now set to do position and to take power.
All right. Representative Uzoma Bonta, I want to really appreciate you for your time this morning on the platform. Thank you very much for speaking to us on Flow FM.
Thank you.
We do appreciate you. All right, that's the member representing Ukwa West, Ukwa East Federal Constituency, right here in Abia State at the Federal House of Representatives. Of course, it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM, the first edition in a new month, the month of November 2021. And we're looking at the aftermath of the PDP National Convention that took place in Abuja over the weekend. And looking at that, what about it? How much of power does the governors weigh as scheme of things are right now with the outcome of the National Convention of the party? The governors elected on the platform of the party might have taken firm charge and are primed to decide who will fly the party's presidential ticket in 2023. They produced all the elected at the convention. Indeed, Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the ex-Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido, may have had a foresight of what awaits them in their rumored 2023 presidential ambitions, looking at what played out, because at the just concluded National Elective Convention of the party, governors showed their might as they literally handpicked members. And looking at this, some analysts are of the opinion that, before you can achieve anything, you have to dance to the tune of the governors, the PDP governors. Anyways, joining me this morning, of course, let's analyze these, the implication of some of the outcome of the convention, is Honorable Ama Abraham. He's the Vice Chairman, Abia North PDP. Glad to have you join us, Honorable. Good morning to you, and welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be with you this morning.
You're welcome. My name is Michael. Now, what do you make of the outcome of the convention? You participated, and what did you notice?
Well, it was very, very clear that PDP have spoken, have made a very bold statement, and we have seen the display of unity in diversity. We have seen the convergence of Nigerians who have come together to make a very strong political statement that we can be united, that that Nigeria should be a collective, the management of Nigeria should be a collective responsibility of every part of Nigeria and not for a particular part of Nigeria. We have seen these statements being made. We have seen cooperation coming from Northeast, Southeast, South, Southwest, North Central, and Northwest. We have seen unity. We have seen leadership being displayed, and we have seen a statement clearly saying that Nigeria can be recovered, because this is all targeted towards rescuing Nigeria from what Nigeria is presently passing through.
Okay, are you comfortable with the outcome of the convention?
Everything about the outcome of the convention is not only acceptable to me, but I want to say it's acceptable to 99% of the PDP. Because it was not no section of the country intimidated any other section of the country, and the PDP controlled states did not take all the national working committee offices. If you look at the way these offices were distributed across board in all the geopolitical zone, you'll find out that all the national working committees were zoned to states that did not produce a PDP governor.
Okay.
That did not, and it is a very big credibility for the the governors who are elected on the platform of the PDP. Because what people were expecting before the convention were that the governors actually wanted to take everything that is everything in the category of the National Working Committee offices. For instance, in Southeast, you saw what happened. In Southeast, the National Secretary that was zoned to Southeast, the governors themselves, with our own able governor, Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, in attendance, and his counterpart from Enugu State, they zoned that office to Imo State. And then that of the auditor was zoned to Anambra State. So for us, it was a strategy to strengthen the weak area and not for the strong to oppress the weak area. That was our strategy, and it works. Everybody was surprised to see the governors who are the leaders of the party working in one accord. It was an uncommon, it has never happened in the political history of Nigeria. And the way the whole of Abuja was closed down for this event was shocking. A local analyst in one of the radio stations in Abuja said this is the first time a national opposition party is being able to lock Abuja down completely. And in fact, there was nothing right from Abuja International Airport to all the major hotels in Abuja, and even the old parade ground and the Eagle Square. The statement was that PDP is in charge. PDP is in charge. And I even had somebody saying that PDP was accused several years ago of being a party that was sharing the money. But they have understood that that simply means it was a party that was sharing resources to Nigeria. But today, we have a situation where people are hoarding and hiding what belongs to every Nigerian. And Nigeria is greatly impoverished. And that is not acceptable. And the killings, too, of young people all over our country and the threats to national unity are all issues that are of great concern to PDP. And this convention was set out to address those issues.
Now, looking at the scheme of things as you speak, do you think PDP is ready to take over power in 2023? Looking at some members of your party defecting, high-ranking members of your party defecting to the ruling All Progressives Congress, looking at governors, even lawmakers at the National Assembly?
Well, there are aspects of political strategies which cannot be discussed in a public communication outfit like yours. Most of those things you see are strategies. And somebody have to be inside there for us to know what they are doing. And I want to assure you, Mimiko is coming back to the party, and a lot of other people have indicated interest. Interests have been indicated for people to come up. And you will be surprised, between now and even the primaries in 2023, a minimum of 7 governors of the APC have already indicated their interest. And if you look at most of the loud mouths of the opposition party, beginning from Lai Mohammed and the rest of them, have you noticed that they have all of a sudden become very quiet, that they are no longer talking, that they are depressed with what is happening in where they find themselves politically? That is the truth. Because if you go back 3 years or 2 years down the lane, you found out that there was no week or a day without these people making a strong political statement. Today, everybody is quiet. Nobody is talking. And have you also noticed that even though PDP have been able to hold a successful world elective congresses and the local governments and the states in the last 1 year, and that today they have just come out with a very successful national elective convention, have you noticed that in almost all the 2/3 of the states of the APC in the country, that APC came out with parallel congresses, like in our own Imo state, that even an average APC member does not know who is his chairman in Abia, that there is confusion. Have you not noticed that even in their party offices at Umuahia, that there are no activity because there are no agenda, because there are confusion, and there is nobody to set up the agenda? Have you not noticed that our people are not happy with the level of killings that is happening all over the country, and even Southeast, which is reputed as being the most peaceful geopolitical zone in the state, that killing has become the order of the day? Are you not troubled as a person? And with all this, are you not concerned that our farmlands have been taken by militant herdsmen who are raping our women, depriving us of our hard agro investments? And this is the mood of the nations. And the nation knows that there is no political party with a national outlook and enormous resources, and that has the capacity to displace these arrogant tyrants who have dealt with our people in a manner that Nigeria today has become a laughingstock. When last did any foreign head of state send a condolence message or any other sympathy message to the Nigerian head of state because of the killing? Nobody is doing that, because in Nigeria, killing on daily basis has become a norm. It is no longer a misnomer. It is no longer an aberration. It has become the order of the day. So with all that, where is APC? APC is completely displaced. Nigeria has become a rally. That's a rally at the very worst analysis. It has become a rally that even those Nigerians who don't like PDP are coming fast into the Bush Ambulance to join forces with the People's Democratic Party to do what every Nigerian expects: take over power from a group of people who have nothing to offer our country, who has created a lot of problem in the last 6 years. That is the situation. So I can say that PDP has every comparative advantage, no single one left apart. We have every comparative advantage to provide the next leadership.
I want us to look at the strategy that was adopted by the party in this just concluded convention. It looks like the governors, the PDP governors, have announced themselves as the undisputed owners of the party, looking at what played out and the analysis you just gave. What do you make of this and the implication of the governors being in charge of the party indirectly?
Well, the governors, and when you look at critically the constitution of the People's Democratic Party and other constitutions of several parties, including the defunct political parties in Nigeria, like the National Party of Nigeria, the Nigerian People's Party, the United Nigerian Congress Party, all the parties that has existed before now, NCPN and the rest of them, you find out that in their constitution there is one thing which is constant, and that is the fact that the governors, elected governors, are the leaders of the political parties in their various states. Now, what has just happened in the PDP is a statement that the leaders of the party, who are the representatives of the people, are in charge. That is not an aberration. What should have been an aberration is if one powerful individual in the party have dictated the tone against every other individual. That should have been a misnomer. That should have been the aberration. But that is not the situation. The situation is that we as a party have spoken through our leadership. We have spoken through our leadership, and our leadership, in taking every decision they have taken, have been so mindful of those things that has a capacity to bring divisions amongst us. As I earlier stated, ordinarily, the National Secretary of the party was supposed to come to Abia State. Ordinarily. Because one of the Abia front line for that office is regarded to be very, very competent in the person of Senator Mao Abonwa. Is regarded to be very, very competent. But it was beyond that. Because as a party, we understand that we have a lot of competent people in Abia and even within Abia. So for us, when we bring out all those with the competence, we put other factors into consideration. That was exactly what the governors have done. And today, let me tell you, in one of the TV stations here in Abuja this morning again, I heard an analyst and a commentator saying that ABC does not have the capacity to display the kind of unity which the PDP governors have just displayed. That they don't have that capacity to display that unity. Unity. And you see, in displaying unity, it's not something you secure by power. It's something you secure through understanding and giving out something and taking something from the other side. It's not something you arrogate by displaying any kind of power. That is what we have done. So it's a plus. It's a plus. It's a plus. It's a triple plus for us. What have just happened? The governors have done, and every governor of the PDP extraction can carry his head right high because of what have just happened.
Honorable Abraham, let me ask you on some issues concerning Southeast, looking at the outcome of this convention. It looks like Southeast aspirants are not really ready because those rumored to have ambition in 2023 came out openly. They didn't hide their ambition for 2023 at that convention, members of your party. And that cannot be said about the Southeast geopolitical zone, looking at the agitation. Do you think we are playing the right politics?
Well, let's go back to the political history of Nigeria. If you look at the political history of Nigeria carefully, you will agree with me that right from 1999, Obasanjo was brought out of prison to become the president of Nigeria. Not because he made a lot of noise during elective congresses, not because he made a lot of noise in the radios and television, not because of the enormous advertisements sponsored on the pages of national newspapers or international media. If you come back down the lane in 2007, you will also find out that Yaradua was not amongst the front runner. The likes of Odele and several others were being seen as the successor of President Obasanjo. But Yaradua, something had to play out. People have to go back to history to know who is coming and where is this thing supposed to go to keep Nigeria united. And it was zoned to the north. And then they remembered the Yaradua family and their contributions to the political unity of this country. And then the man Yaradua, being a governor in Katsina State at that time, was also chosen. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
So he was chosen. And then again, down the lane, you also saw what happened when Jonathan emerged. Jonathan did not also emerge because he made a lot of noise. No. So I know that we have a lot of competence. And if you also talk of noise making, our own brother, Mazi Sam Ohuabonwa, the current president of the Pharmaceutical Association of Nigeria, was all over Ego Square talking about the new Nigeria, the visions of the new Nigeria. And I want to tell you that as of today, when presidential aspirants are asked to meet, or even the national caucus of the party is meeting, we will have a Sam Ohuabonwa, and several others have been counted, pious and impious, and several others. So we don't need to bother ourselves. At the appropriate time, hour, minute, second, God will remember our people. and a man will emerge. So that does not disturb us.
All right. I want to really appreciate your analysis this morning on the platform. Honorable Abraham Obab, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning on the platform on Flow FM. We do appreciate you.
Abraham
Amma,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Appreciate you. All right. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. It is the flow of God's own state. And it is time to get your thoughts. Of course, what do you make of the PDP convention? I'm sure you followed the convention, both on the online, on their online platforms, and also on the terrestrial platforms on radio and televisions. And of course, what do you make of the outcome? Do you think PDP is getting it right? 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. The platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
What's my name?
All right.
I want to thank God. Personally, I want to thank God. What happened at the PDP convention? Not a politician. I will not be. You see, they displayed maturity. They displayed the unity. No matter the analysis, anybody may say PDP governors and all the rest of them. They are the leaders. They are not the rulers. And the people, when the leaders speak, and people see the wisdom in it, they follow them. What has happened here, as far as sometimes the message that Nigerians should be happy, that we have a party that understands themselves and understand the problem of Nigeria. Not people that blame big money. Nobody have expected that they would have gotten this place. And this type of standard and maturity that came up of the leadership quality they have displayed is what Nigerians should be proud of. Because no matter the challenges they come, they know how to harmonize it, how to bring it together, and they have a focus. That is what they have done there. You see, whether they are anybody, my problem is that the night when the manifest coup takes place, it was the place that gives its coloration that is even something. That is what is happening today. People are trying to say the governors have hijacked the party, try to give it a coloration to see the unity that was there now. The place must be guided, they say it. People, there are so many qualified people. You will see like I'm happy what Abraham said. When the time comes, we will see those that are coming up, not those who continue to make noise. They want to see quality. The two that have just been mentioned, IM and those who have one, they are people that are people that can be able to move this contract.
All right. All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm thinking
all right.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I said I'm thinking from the same.
You're welcome, Kingsley.
Okay, thank you. I thank God for granting PDP a successful convention. I'm so happy about it. And I pray that the country declare that God will use them to rescue Nigeria from this present predicament they are facing in the hands of PDP. I'm so happy for them for this convention. I'm so happy about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good night, Eric.
All right. Welcome.
Well, I don't know whether I should join the fray of people congratulating and not congratulating. But the truth is this. It's only in Nigeria that ordinary things are seen as extraordinary. Under normal circumstances and under a democracy, these are normal things that people do in US and UK and some of the advanced democracies, and get moving. So because our politics and politicking here is characterized by violence, man no man, highest bidder, money exchanging hands and all that. That is why when they do ordinary things, they want us to praise them to high heaven. Well, meanwhile, kudos. Let me join them. You understand? But if we begin to practice good democracy, these things will come and just move seamlessly, and everybody will just go home. Whoever imagines chairman, secretary, whatever, it didn't matter because due process was followed. But because of the acrimony that characterize what we know as all these kind of things in the past, when they now try to do what seems a bit normal, they want to praise themselves beyond the normal. So let us learn to internalize the tenets of democracy, and we'll be all better off for it. There is no need for killing and the swallow snatching and the rigging and all those kind of things that characterize our elections in the past. Let all the electoral groups learn to do what is decent and normal so that we can have a seamless democracy in Nigeria. QED, pure and simple. Have a nice day.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Ogona Eric, for joining us. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning,
You were-
Michael Oni.
Good morning to you. Oh, happy new month.
It's Loman, the prophet from Umar.
All right, lawman.
You see that every face in Nigeria is beaming with smiles because of the smooth conduct of PDP convention, national convention. Even if they did it by consensus, people are happy. Why people are happy is because during PDP reign, I think you will see that the cost of living was a little bit easier for the common man. But this time around, I don't think anybody will support the APC, heavily led by President Muhammadu Buhari. So, but the only thing I want to beg PDP, if they really want people to come back, people that deserted the party to come back, it is internal democracy that they will institute in the party that will make people to come back. So I want them to start doing it, reconcile where there is need to be, where they need to reconcile, so that at the end of the day, anybody that is having anything in mind will just come back and make sure they join in making sure by 2023, people that want us to continue suffering will not see the light of the day. Only people in APC that want us to progress that will succeed. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Hello, good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Eze is my name. I'm calling from Omahia.
You're welcome, Mr. Eze.
Thank you very much. The EDP convention is a warning signal to the people from the southeast. I will not say warning signal, rather I will say it's a wake-up call.
Okay.
For presidential aspirants from the southeast.
Why?
Good enough. Iyochia I knew would do the needful to meet the expectations and desires of people from the southeast to cut down the agitations, because the marginalization we have suffered under APC is the reason why there is a serious agitation in the southeast and killing. And the presidency and APC say ignorance of those factors, in spite of the fact that they had all the early warning signals. So, PDP, I expect, will do the needful. As a party, I know that has the strongest mechanism for internal democracy, will do the needful. Because power is not being given for sharing. Power is being negotiated. I believe there should be an in-house negotiation within the stakeholders in PDP to ensure that there's a balance of power within 2023 presidential election. Just like Amma Abraham has stated that we don't need to make noise about the choice of presidential candidate. That at the right time, the right person will emerge. Because the same is a wake-up call for political aspirants from the southeast. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank
nice
you.
day.
I do appreciate you. Let me announce that the voting for the Abia Radio Personality of the Year 2021 is on. We've shared the link on our Facebook page. You can also go to afnews.ng to vote for Michael Oni as the Radio Personality of the Year. We have 5 nominees there, and of course including Michael. So you can also, of course, support Flow FM by voting for Michael. Let's get more reactions on the phone lines. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, Charles from Omahia here.
You're welcome.
Yes, PDP Congress. All I saw was what they are known for, fathers of godfatherism and Kabbalism like that, where individuals will dictate for others what will happen. That has been the problem of Nigeria, which was caused by PDP. If you look at what happened, the fact that it was a few Governor Wike and some other people who insisted that so as a person will be this or that. No, that's not internal democracy. I'm not surprised that after now many people will be leaving the party to join APC and other parties, because we are going back, that have gone back to what they were, which is not democracy. So that is my impression about what they did. You find that when you were asking Amma Abraham was saying that those joining APC, they were doing it was a strategy for them to go and destabilize APC and things like that. Remember, we did that also. Somebody here, a spokesman of their party, who is now a commissioner, this sometimes said that some people were at APC in the afternoon and the PDP at night. You find that whatever the problem that is in the APC now, it is PDP trying to destabilize other parties. They're not going to work around this time around. The APC around the congresses at the world and the local government levels, and the national one will be very, very successful. So this time around, it's not going to be business as usual for anybody. So APC as well parties are coming up strong to give us the needed democracy, unlike what we used to have in the past. After 15 years of PDP, no, not even one project that we can say that this is what PDP. For 15 years in the southeast, not even it is not that we are hearing about the second Niger bridge, roads and things like that, and they are coming about making their usual noise. So for us, that is not something to write home about. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Let me run through the messages on our Facebook page. Unzubu Chukuka Peter Okorie says, PDP remains set off. Okay, such words are not allowed. That's an attack. No change in their life. If they have changed, they should pay workers and restore our primary school education, make life meaningful to our people, and then wait for a good result come 2023 election. I wish them good luck. Peter Okorie on the Facebook page. Also, Francis Omaga from Enugu State says, now that the PDP National Convention has come and gone, it is now the responsibilities of the new leadership of the party to come out stronger, work very hard and collectively towards repositioning the party ahead of 2023 general elections. Thanks and God bless you. All the way from Enugu, thank you very much. Also, Francis Omagandamani. Paulite Amara Bright is watching from Benin City, that's in Edo State. Chinedu Okafo, good morning, Mike. Congrats to PDP for the successful conduct of their national convention. Since the zoning strategy was adopted and maintained in the election, the party leaders, zoning should also be adopted in the election of political leaders. Presidential ticket should be zoned to the southeast, and our southeast prominent politicians in PDP should lobby and negotiate to have the presidential ticket zoned to the southeast. PDP taking over power in 2023 is very much possible. Kanu Zomba says PDP is getting it right. If it is sustained, they will surely put a good fight against APC in 2023. Kanu Zomba from Issaquato. This one says PDP truly has given Nigerians hope for a better Nigeria come 2023. The standard of maturity and leadership they exhibited yesterday shows that equity and justice will play out during their presidential nomination, giving great attention to the south and precisely southeast. Uche VN from Umuahia. This one says that thank God for PDP's successful convention. By the grace of God, come 2023, we will take over Aso Rock. That's coming from Kingsley in Nimbese. This one says PDP might think they have arrived, but that's the beginning of their catastrophe. Next year, 2023 will tell. 2022 rather will tell. Record this somewhere. That's coming from Eze from Umpa. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget you should go on our Facebook and of course catch the link there and vote for Michael Oni as the OAP of the year, of course by AF News. We do appreciate our producer Samson Eze and Taylolu Akinloton. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Many thanks to the guys behind the visuals on our Facebook page, Solomon and Stanley. Do enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Oni.